Morning world. It's a beautiful sunny day here in the UK, and it's day 12 of our quantum becoming. And today I just woke up and I knew what I wanted to talk about. So today I want to look at, do we have the power to remake the world into what we desire it to become? And you could say transform, transcend, uh, bring it into the dreaming of us all, the new possibilities of us all. There are many ways to talk about it. And I know there are people who would believe that we don't have that power, but I believe and know that we do. I absolutely hold that as a true reality for every single being on this planet. And so I wrote it all down before we started, which I will put into a post later as well, so everybody can see it. But I put down about, I think 8 different ways in which we can do that. So we can do that both individually and collectively, so with others as well. And it takes being in a certain place. So I'd say the first thing that you have to do is believe that we can. Because if you don't believe that we can, you won't have access to it. So the first thing that I think, in order to have the power to refashion the world, is to come to the place of openness where that power of life, the force of the creation of the universe in creation, can flow through us. And then we emanate that. We live that reality in every moment of our lives, in everything we touch, in everything we create, in everything we believe. And not just, for ourselves. Like I could do that for myself in my own life. I can sparkle up my home. But I could also love the country I live in and the world that I live in. And the more I can emanate the walking presence of that as a true reality, the more that reality will show up for me all around me. I see that all the time. A good example of it is I had this conversation the other day with a friend about organic foods, and she was saying, "Oh well, there just isn't enough. Even if people could afford it, there just isn't enough organic food in the UK for us to be able to live on it." And I thought about it for a while, and then I said, "Well, actually, organic food is natural food, and the only reason it's expensive is because of all the government regulations on it. Therefore, they have to prove it's organic, therefore it costs more. But actually, it's the natural food. And more and more and more, we're wanting that kind of thing for our own health and immunity and strength and the soil, the goodness of the soil and all of it. It's all coming back. And next thing I know, so, I was doing my thing about that, believing in it, energizing it. And next thing I know, yesterday I saw that the UK government is about to give money to farmers to go organic, to support that being done here in the UK. I was like, yes. Now, did I actually cause that? I was a part of it. And I was holding that as a true and right reality for us all, that it was for the best, for the soil, for the earth, for the people, for the animals, to have natural agricultural ways of living. So did I create that? I did. And along with all the other voices and presence and people who participated in making that so, which I love and support. So, for example, Riverford Organics is one of my favorite companies in the UK, and they just produce amazing food. It's extraordinary. You get a red pepper and it's just all juicy and beautiful and colorful, and it tastes so good. It's got life force in it, and that's the key. So, okay, I'm rambling about organic food. But that's just my first of 8 ways of having the power to refashion the world. Okay, the second is by seeing everyone and everything in the world in its full potential already, as if it's already there. So one of the skills that I've developed over recent years, I started it when I was just writing the Alchemical Coach book and teaching transformative coaching and visionary coaching back in the early 2000s, is, okay, so let's just take a person for a sec. So a person is living as who they are, but they always have more potential and more possibilities for who they can become and for how they can contribute to the world. It's like thriving and pulsing in the air around them and deep in them. And no matter how they think their life is, no matter what the circumstances are, that's there waiting for them. And so I've developed this skill, and I've taught many others to enhance this skill, and I know there are other people in the world that do it as well, that you can look at a person and see them as that already fulfilled. Like, whoa, and what happens if it's possibilities floating around in the air around them, if it's potential, just kind of wanting to get out, wanting to burst into reality, when you see it, it's like opening the doorways or the portals for it to show up. Now, you could say that in a variety of ways. Am I helping to refashion the energetic field of them? Yes. But it's more than that as well. It's like we sometimes live in realities which we've been trained to, which is to maybe be uncertain or, not believe in ourselves or whatever, not have the confidence or whatever. But actually, when someone witnesses you, when someone really gets you, when someone really sees you, whoa, the world's your oyster. Something happens when you witness someone like that. It's as if some part of them from inside just comes alive, comes to the fore, is refreshed. You would see that as like teachers with young kids. You just need one to believe in them, and suddenly they break free into life. Well, I'm talking about that, but even on an energetic and energy field to energy field capacity of being able to activate the potential of them so they can begin to live it. So that's the second piece. Okay, so first, emanating and living the reality you're sourcing for us all. 2, by seeing everyone and everything in the world in its full potential as if it's already happened. Okay, so 3, by powering up the new possibilities of us all and activating and actualizing them into reality. Now, I've talked about that in some of the previous videos. So what you have to do that is you have to come beyond the what is, what's already known. It's not just about making improvements to things, although that's a good thing too. It's much more than that. It's about like coming to the place where the new possibilities of us exist and are waiting. So where I was talking before about doing that with a person where you see their full potential, it's like with a world where you see its new possibilities and its fullest potential of fulfilling itself to the nth degree, you could say. And when you do that, then what happens is you come into the quantum field and you begin to activate and actualize the possibilities of us. Then you call them into being. You call them present in yourself and through you, and you gift it into the consciousness and into the reality of the world. And what happens then is innovators around the world pick it up, or writers or artists or dreamers or, whatever. All these people, they just pick up the new possibility and they will fulfill it. You don't have to be the one to fulfill it. So that's number 3, by powering up the new possibilities of us all. Number 4. Okay, this one's a little bit more personal to you. By becoming something greater than yourself. By modeling and living the actuality of who you want us all to become. So something greater. And not just striving to become it, but becoming it and living it in yourself. And what happens is, for me, that was taking a step beyond myself altogether. So it was falling wildly in love with the universe. It was becoming the infinite, allowing myself to be source-filled and fueled, allowing myself to fall wildly in love with the earth, etc. And in that way, I became who I wanted us to become. Is there more to go? Yes, loads. I'm really excited about who we are all becoming. Like, that's what I just wrote my latest book about, becoming infinite. And I believe we can all become whatever version of that is for ourselves. Okay, so that's the fourth one, becoming something greater than your individual self. Number 5 is by joining with others to stream the new life power into the planet and allowing that power to exhilarate us and lift us to a new way of being for us all. So what that looks like is, if I get big and I call the life power, the life force, the force of the universe in creation, the energy of all that. Many ways of talking about it, many ways of accessing it. But if I call it through me and I gift it to the world, and I allow the world, both in its physicality as an earth, as a miraculous being of earth, and as the vibrational frequency of us, we can alter the vibrational frequency of the planet ourselves. Not just the life around us, but the whole planet. We can alter the vibrational frequency of the planet. We can lift that up in an extraordinary way. And all you have to do is just allow yourself to just get the sense of you are the whole thing, or you are the earth, or fall wildly in love with it, and then exhilarate it. Like, however you do that. There could be a whole bunch of different ways to do that. And it's especially powerful when you do it in collaboration with others. So I do that with my Miraculous Maestros group, but there are many, many, many different groups around the world who do this kind of thing. There are many groups that meditate, there are many groups that do all kinds of wonderful things. I'm talking about something a little more active than a meditation. I'm talking about actually being the power, exhilarating the power that will remake the world into the new possibilities of us all. And that's what this is about. Do we have the power to remake the world? Yes, we do. And in a variety of ways. Okay, so that's, I think that was the 5th one, yes. So the 6th one is to source the brilliant connection with all life. I'm reading this, by the way. With all life forms and with the earth as well. In other words, fall wildly in love with everything you see around you, with the world, with the universe, and it will love you back wildly and wondrously. You've heard me say in these videos in the past few weeks, I'll do great things for the universe, it will do great things for me. It's kind of like a deal we got going, I say yes to whatever life wants to dream itself up as in new possibilities for us all to thrive, and then it supports me in whatever it is that I'm up to in life as well. It's an awesome way to live. So again, it's that sense of connection with animals, with oceans, with forests, with trees, with skies, with stars, with other people. Just to be in love with the earth is an amazing force to remake this world into the new possibilities of us. Okay, number 7. Okay, know that as you see the world, so it becomes. So this is strengthening your ability to be a reality creator for the whole world, not just for yourself. So there's lots of stuff about creating reality for yourself and how you do that. And I love it. I think that's amazing to be able to create reality for yourself. So in actuality, what you want to do is you want to be able to know that as you are seeing the world remade newly and thriving, that so it is. And we do have that impact. Now, if I'm just in myself and in my head and, being normal, ordinary, just, then I have some impact. But if I allow myself to expand, allow myself to fall wildly in love with the world and the universe and life, then I have an expanded capacity to be able to affect the world. And so when I'm streaming these greater forces, the life force, the universe and creation, that energy, the, whatever you want to call it, when I'm streaming that into the world, it has a huge impact. I kind of see it like the reality of the world is made up of like a matrix of little flip switches. I don't know whether that's a true thing, but it's how I see it every time I go to do something, right? And like, if the switches are flipped like this, then they're so-so. If the switches are flipped like this, then something happens. It's like the little switches in the quantum field or in the air around us. Boom, come alive and go to a new place. You could even say you're switching it from old reality to new, but I don't know if that's 100% true, but I'll have to figure that out one day. What is this that when you see the switches are kind of semi-closed and then poof, they do this, and all the switches in the quantum field and in the air around us come alive with an energy and a force, and everyone in the world can feel that. I mean, you certainly know the days you wake up and you know there's something not right in the world, right? You can feel that when you get out of bed, kind of thing. Well, we don't have to be at the whim of that. We can go, and when we do that, then everything starts to flow towards its greater potential being achieved. We can, I talked about this yesterday in the video about the evolution of consciousness and the quantum field, we can orient life to the fulfillment of its greatest potential. That is a skill that every single one of us has. And it's like the minute you orient yourself to that, the switches go on and the potential starts to flow through. So it's a really exciting way to do it. Okay, number 8, the last piece. Finally, one of the things that we're exploring this month, and maybe for a couple of months in the Miraculous Maestros group, is there seems to be what I would call a new miracle of life power. And that when you bring the new miracle of life power through, it will remake everything in its path. You'll be amazed at how quickly life will respond to you, to this, and then it'll start to refashion itself. I mean, I see the living proof of it now, and where years ago when we were doing consciousness innovation work, it would take a long time before you saw it manifest. Now it's almost immediate. It just will manifest around you and in the world really quickly. And the more of us that know this, the more of us that pour this through, the more that life gets refashioned and remade in a brilliant, thriving way for us all, for all life forms, for the whole planet, for the whole universe. So let's try that, shall we? Okay, here we go. So take a deep breath. Think of something you love. Allow yourself to flow into that something greater. Fall wildly in love with the earth. Fall wildly in love with life, with the universe. And then call the miracle of life power through you. And let it be gifted to the world. And see the world like all those little switches turning on, and the potential and possibilities starting to emerge through, and the whole world to be exhilarated by us on this beautiful, beautiful sunny day in this beautiful, magnificent world. Okay. Whew, that was a long one. I can see I've gone 20 minutes. That's longer than normal. I hope you enjoyed it. Do we have the power to remake the world? We sure do, and in a whole bunch of ways. And in ways I haven't even mentioned that you will be the one to discover. Okay, that's it for today. Lots of love. Bye.